Nityananda Sahoditam, Shri Nandananda Vande, Shri Radhika Charanatoyam, Gopijana Smayutam, Vrindavanam Manoharam, Shri Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra, Gadadhara Sivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram. This Adi class, verse 94 from Vilapa Kusumanjali, a new verse, is called Recovering the Ankle Bells. Radharani forgot her ankle bells. Nivida Madana Yude Prananatina Sardam, Dayata Madara Kanchiya, Madan Visrita Sid. Sashimukhe Samaye Twamhanta, Sambalya Bhangya, Choritam Tad Artam Kim, Trayam Praheya. Tulsi Manjari prays, O Shashi Mukhi Radharani, during your intense love pastimes with Prananath, you become bewildered. So in that bewildered state, you forget your Dayata Madhura Kanchi, your dear sweet sash of bells in the Kunj. Well, you'll give me a wink to go back to the Kunj and quickly retrieve it. There's a Leela around this verse which is described here. Oh, moon-faced girl Radharani Shashimukhe, after finishing your amorous love battle with Krishna Prananath, you dropped your beloved waist bells. When you came out of the Kunj, you realized, I don't have them on anymore. When will you send me back to the Kunj by giving me a hint to go get them for you? So why are these waist bells called Dayata Kanchi? Kanchi means waist bells, and Dayata means dear or beloved, because they give Krishna happiness. Anything that gives Krishna's happiness is dear. Our dear Java bag, our dear Java beads. If we chant Java, Krishna is happy to hear us chant his name. So, why are these so dear? Because they make Shyamasundar very happy. Whatever makes Shyamasundar happy is very dear to Radharani. Radharani doesn't care about things for her own sake. And he quotes a verse to prove this point, Mahanidhi, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chapter 4, verse 212 and 214. Govika Janena Krishnara Manera Vanchita Premasya Paripati Ishta Samihita. Se Govigan Madhyautam Radhika Rupe Gune Saubhagye Prema Sarvadika. The Gopis know the desires on Krishna's mind. Govika Jan, Krishna Man, Vachita. And they render service expertly for the happiness of the beloved. Prem Seva. So they do Prem Seva to please Krishna. Among all the gopis, Gopigan Madhye, there's a Uttam. Of all the gopis, there's the topmost woman is Radhika. She's the greatest. Why is she the greatest? Rupe Gune Saubhagya Premi. For 4 different reasons, Radharani is the greatest Gopika. What are the 4 reasons? Because her beautiful form, her beautiful qualities, her fortune, and her prema are all supreme. Adik means extra special, and Sara means completely extra special, like Adik Mas, extra month. So why does Radharani need her ankle bells? She's so worried about getting them back as soon as possible. because Radharani needs the waist belts to increase for two purposes. Radharani needs her waist belts. What are they?
There's Eras Leela, ritual, and to
For
make
giving Krishna happy, and Sakhis, when they see that they are missing.
Just to save it. That's a nice way to see it. The first answer is basically has two parts. Govinda Dasi said, Radharani is very particular about her waist belts because they give Krishna happiness. That's correct. In two different ways they give Krishna happiness.
Eras Leela
Ras dancing
and
and romancing. Romancing can be any place. So they increase Krishna's happiness while dancing, and it increases erotic madness at the time of their amorous skirmishes. It's a battle. It's a yudhya. The word in that Sanskrit verse says, Madan yudhya, a Yudhisthira. Yudhisthira is very fixed in fighting. So Krishna Uttam Yudhisthira. He's very fixed in fighting. Not on the battlefield. He runs from the battlefield. He's known as Ranchor. There's a famous deity at Rajkot in Gujarat called Ranchor Bai, Ranchorji. He glorifies Krishna running away from the battle. Jara's son attacked Mathura and Krishna Balaram ran away. Pretty heroic. But he's used here in a different battle. In the Madan Yuddha. Madan Yuddha means the battle of Cupid, the battle of love. But also he runs away there. Radharani completely defeats him. And she comes out of the kunj and complains about it to her manjaris. Ajit Krishna becomes Ajit Krishna. Love battle. Okay. So that's why these sweet waist belts are so dear to Swami. But now Yogakishore is sitting on a jewel throne after completing their love battle, Madan Yuddha, their battles of love, Cupid, Madan. And for Radha Krishna's pleasure, the Sakhis begin to dance and sing sweetly before their asan. This is called Kunja Kirtan. This was supposedly, that's what they say, or that's what the artist said. The artist said, this will be my last painting. I don't know if that's true or not. But there's a painting called Kunja Kirtan by Shamarani Devi Dasi. It's hanging in my room. It's a very beautiful painting of gopis dancing inside the kunj. Radha Krishna is sitting on a little throne, not a throne of flowers or something like that. Very beautiful painting. Supposedly in that painting, she painted the manjari forms of Prabhupada and Raya Maharaj. That's an interesting idea. And maybe her own also. Who knows? It's her painting. Rajsham. So he quotes a bhajan here, Nathasan's purport to verse 94. How sweetly and lusciously the drums play. This the Sakhis are having their kirtan in the kunja kirtan. And the Sakhis are playing different instruments and dancing for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. How sweetly the drums play, how sweetly the cymbals chime in time, how sweet are their gestures and dancing steps. How sweetly they enjoy the rasic pastimes. Vidyapati, Kavi Vidyapati sings his song. How sweet the gopis are singing their rasic songs. Now the Sakhis encourage Radhika to get up and dance and sing with them, while Shyamsundar sits on the flower bed and plays his flute. The playful gopis compose rasic ragas and which the different kinds of venas and stringed instruments are played, while Radharani plays his Murali flute. While dancing in the kunj, Radharani notices she doesn't have her waist belts on anymore because she doesn't hear them jingling in the kirtan. Hey Muralika, come over see here. So Radharani notices her waist belts aren't jingling anymore. Why? Because she's dancing, and now when you dance, and the waist belts add a nice accompaniment to Krishna's flute. And she realizes, Radharani remembers that she left her Daita Madhura Kanchi, her dear sweet waist belts, she left in the kunj. So she gives a hint with her eyes to Tulsi Manjari to go back to go to the kunj and get them. Tulsi goes back to the kunj and sees the waist belts lying there. But the waist belts are quiet because they're in Man. The waist belts are in Man. This is what it says in the commentary. Why are they in Man? Because they feel offended because they were left behind, they were abandoned. Radharani, all the Sakhis ran out of the kunja and they left Kanchi Dasi behind. Kanchi means waist belt. So anything that belongs to Radharani has an intense feeling of mamata bhav, mindness. Tulsi loves everything that belongs to Swami, so she talks to the waist belts. She talks to the Kanchi and says, so Tulsi says, listen Kanchi. No, wait a minute, the waist belts say. Mother Kanchi says, how can I tolerate when you reject me? Then Tulsi soothes the waist belts man by saying, R.A., Swami forgot you because she was intoxicated by an intense erotic battle with Krishna. But listen, Kanchi Devi, you're so dear to Radharani. Do you think that she abandoned you deliberately? See, and Gokul Vrindavan, everything is personal. The trees can talk, the birds can talk, the parrots talk, the deer talk, the peacocks talk, the trees talk, the waist belts talk. The flute talks. What does the flute say? The flute says Radharani. The flute says Lalita. The flute says Vishaka. The flute, when Krishna plays the flute, it calls every single gopi by her name. So the flute is talking. So this is a transcendental, unlimited nature of everything in the spiritual world. Even the waist belts have feelings, emotions. Waist belts are man. Kanchi man. Very interesting idea. Tulsi affectionately holds the waist bells to her chest and kisses them, soothing the man of the waist bells, and makes them jingle sweetly again. So the waist bells feel happy with that loving caress of Tulsi and the kiss of Tulsi. So they're happy waist bells. They were dookie, now they became Suki. So secretly, Tulsi brings these waist bells amongst the dancing Sakis that are surrounding Radhika and Shyam. Swati can't stop dancing. At the same time, now the Sakhi should notice that Tulsi is tying her waist bells back on her waist. All the Sakhis in Krishna are looking at the face of Radharani. That's good. So they're all diverted. What to do now? So this, somehow, here's how it works. While Swamini dances, her veil falls over her head. So the Kinkari goes up to put her veil straight back on her head. At the same time, secretly ties Radharani's waist bells on her waist in an unseen way. Now Radharani's sweet dancing is once more accompanied by the jingling of her ankle bells. How happy Radharani is. Tulsi's bliss knows no bounds, knowing her service was a success. That's how every devotee feels if his or her service is successful and pleasing to Guru and Vaishnavas in Krishna. Then the devotee will feel happy in heart and joyful in mind because his service was successful. There's no sweeter feeling in this world than pleasing Guru with your seva. Seeing Guru smile or pat you on the head or say nice seva or whatever is invaluable. You can't measure the value of that. So there's a couple of points in the commentary in this verse about for bhajan that Natas Babaji makes. He talks about how to remember Radharani. For Raghunatha Das Goswami, Radharani is always in his memory. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, Kapila Dev says that bhakti means always remembering Krishna. Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas like Jiva Goswami and Baladev Vijayabhushan say that define bhakti as attachment or constant attraction to Krishna. The eternal associates of Krishna are always full of desires to please Krishna. So by associating with the eternal associates, reading their books and following their teachings, then the sadhakas, the mercy of these associates will appear in the sadhakas' senses and minds by their grace. When sadhana bhakti ripens into bhava bhakti, Well, he explains how it can happen. How sadhana bhakti can come to the level of prema, bhava and prema. By hearing, chanting, remembering the great loving devotion of the Nitya Parishads of Krishna, like Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, Lita Vishaka, Radharani, etc. For this reason, the book Vilapa Kusumanjali is especially valuable for sadhakas of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. The best means to attain constant remembrance and love of Radharani is to hear, chant, and remember this book. So that's what we're doing in Ayika Mass. So the main point here, Radharani's life revolves about the happiness of Krishna. Whatever makes Krishna happy is very dear to Radharani. So in this book we heard that her waist belts are Dayata. What else was Dayata? Remember?
Necklace.
Yeah, her necklace, Dayata Harita. She had, the verse often describes Dayata, and Dayata is usually talking about persons. Huh?
Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Daita.
Yeah, Rupa Goswami's bhajan. Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Dayate. Dayate means my dearly beloved, my intimate one, Dayata. But in this book, Tulsi Manjari calls Radharani's necklace Harita, or Hara. Hara means necklace. Her pearl necklace, she calls it Dayata, because it's dear, Radharani is her dear necklace because Krishna gave it to her. And here in this verse, he talks about her Dayata Kanchi, Dayata Madhura Kanchi. Her sweet waist belts are dear to Radharani because they make Krishna happy. When they ring in rasa dance, and when they ring during Madan Yuddha, love battles in the Kunja. So this is why things that are dear to Krishna and dear to Radharani are dear to the devotees and they're worshipable. They're worshipable. When King Pracharudra got a chatter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Puri, he worshipped it. Tadiyam Samarchana. We mentioned that the other day. So that's all the points of this verse. Now we'll go to text 95. This describes Radharani's rebuking, chastising, and forgiving her manjaris. That's good. She got forgiven. Hey, Napi Doshalava Machalavena Devi Santatyamana Yadiramati Trayoche Roshena Talalitayakila Niyamana Samdrakshate Kimanak Sadayam Janoyam. O Devi Radharani, although usually you're very grave, you once severely rebuked me and sent me away after I committed the tiniest mistake. Lava matra dosh. Dosh means fault. Lava matra means a small, very small little bit. Lava matra lavena. A slight, very slight, insignificant fault. Right, gave the sauce to the manjari, chastisement. Dira mate, dira means, oh Radha, your dira mate means you have a gentle mind. Mate means mind. Dira mate, you have a gentle mind, a cool mind, a fault-free mind. but you found some fault with my seva. And the mantra is admitting it. You chastise me for committing the tiniest mistake. Interesting, what's that tiniest mistake? I have to find out, I don't know. Does it say in the verse? When will you cast a slight glance on this pitiful person as Lalita brings her back to you? Let's find out the Lila. Oh, this is the... Okay. When Tulsi brought back Swami means Radharani, Swami's ankle bells from the kunja, Lalita noticed it. It's hard to get full Lalita. He's too sharp. Mentally sharp and verbally sharp. And Radharani asked her with a wink, to Tulsi, where have you been? Tulsi winks back to Lalita, I'll tell you later. Caravan. They're in their own world, these guys. Who can understand Vaishnava Kriya Mudra? So, then when Tulsi puts the sash of bells back on Radharani's waist, Lalita was the only one who noticed it. After the dancing, all the Sakhis started giggling and joking, and Swami understands that Lalita has noticed the belt affair. Although Swami is generally very grave, now she calls Tulsi into her kunj. Dun, 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 dun. And severely rebukes her. Like they say in management, how to be a good manager. Praise in public, chastise in private. So it says here, he quotes some Hita Pradesh or some phrase, Tadran Bhartsana Hawaii Kripa Lakshan. The Lakshan of Kripa, the sign of Kripa, the sign of mercy, is chastisement. So, get ready for mercy. And why does a person get chastised? Without having a feeling of complete mindness towards someone, you won't chastise that person. In other words, if you don't have mamata bhav towards someone, you won't chastise them. Who is the one we know the best that has mamata bhav towards us? Who is the one that knows us the best, that has mamata bhav towards us, and is free to chastise us? Mataji. You ever had a mother? She always gave you sweets? Not mine. Oh, very good. Very good, right?
She took from Madhuri Bay.
Yeah, take for the rich. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yajara Charchi Shestas Tate Etrojana. Whatever your great man does, the comments should follow. So come on, everybody. One guy gives 10 rupees and another guy. There's a letter also? Okay. Dear Maharaj, I promise to be a good disciple, but if you promise not to chastise me. So unless you have a lot, unless you have a lot of love for someone, you don't chastise them. There's two kinds of chastising. There's chastising by a badmash. That's not, and there's chastising by a good mash. There's a bad mash and a good mash. So when your mother chastises you, it's sweet. You'll appreciate it when you get old, how much nectar there was in chastisement. Believe me, you'll miss it. You'll miss those days. Hey! Hey! Hey, that's your commission? Okay, now. That's enough commission. 10%. No more commission. Asian. Hey, what kind of Asian is this? What's this? Don't you know Hindu Dharma? If you give a gift and take it back, you go to hell. Hindu Dharma, you can't give a gift and take it back, you go to hell. Put our Mushika Baba. I was a king, now I'm a mouse. Okay, good. Griffin Brahmins, that's good. Interesting. Therefore, Das Goswami in Manjari Bhav calls Radharani, Dear Mati, Radharani, you never raise your voice to anyone. Why is it now you're chastising me in great anger? Tulsi cries out, Swami, what have I done wrong? Swami says, why did you have to show the whole situation to Lalita? Now she's making fun of me. Go, get out of my kunj. Tulsi pitifully cries, Swami, where should I go? I don't have anybody but you. Tulsi Manjari thinks to herself, you may kick me or protect me. Now where should I go? Even if the cloud strikes the thirsty Chatak bird with a thunderbolt, the Chatak bird can only live on the rainwater. This is the nature of pure love. Make me or break me, shake me or wake me. Love me or forsake me. I'm always yours. So this is kind of Manjari's feel towards Radharani. Swami chastises Tulsi Manjari, but the loving maidservant goes out of the kunj, sits with her back against the wall, and what does she do? Wah, 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 wah. What's up? That's Christ. Money tree. There's a type of house plant called money tree. Maybe that's what it looks like. Oh yeah, God, yeah. Prachariks, they give God of 5 ruby notes. He's really performing today. She got a good audience. Something to keep everybody awake, I guess. So, Tulsi's crying outside the kunj. Dakshi. And Tulsi comes up to Tulsi Manjari. What does Tulsi do? What does Tulsi do? She's already crying. When Lita comes out, Tulsi Manjari covers her face. Why? No, not shy. Angry. She doesn't want to see Lita because Lita put her in the soup.
Yes.
So he puts you in the soup, you don't want to see him. Come on. So she keeps crying with her face covered. Lita asks, "Oh, Tulsi, what happened?" Tulsi's not saying anything. She cries more when she's questioned like this. The Kinkaris are as much the objects of Sakhi's affection as they are of Radharani's affection. Lita understands everything. Tulsi was punished because of the waste belt. Affectionately, Lita takes Tulsi by the hand and brings her into the kunj to Stavavali, telling Radharani, "Radharani, why are you angry with Tulsi? I saw this belt affair myself. It's not Tulsi's fault, it's my fault. You should tell me to get out of the kunj. Don't tell Tulsi anything." So here you see who the boss is here. It's pretty clear that Lita's boss number one. Hearing Lita's words, Swami casts a mercy-anointed sidelong glance at Tulsi. This way, Tulsi Manjari enjoys the intense mercy of Swami even through chastisement. Blessed is his maidservant. Swami is so pleased with Tulsi, and Tulsi thinks, "This maidservant is yours. May you be angry with me or pleased with me, but in all circumstances, this Tulsi is yours." That's what Tulsi said. And Nanda says, this is complete surrender. That's the Leela of text 95. Let's see what points are here. The first point he makes in the commentary, Anantadasji, shows the relationship between eagerness and mercy. The sadhaka, Raghunatha Bhakti sadhaka, should endeavor to experience at least a little of Radharani's mercy during one's smaran, or one's doing sworn around Krishna's pastimes, one should experience Radharani's mercy. This is a sign of expertise in bhajan. If while doing swaran, one experiences something of the form and qualities of Radharani or Krishna, then he's getting some reciprocation and success in one's swaran. Devotional practices like swaran, remembrance, completely depend on Krishna's mercy. Still, the sadhaka should try to fix his mind. In other words, we don't just sit back and say, well, when Krishna wants to give us his mercy, I'll see his pastime. We have to try to see his pastime, try to think of them, try to meditate on them, as much as we can, according to the purity of our mind. In Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami says, the ability to meditate on Krishna Lila, to do effective, successful Lila Swaran, depends on Shud Antakaran. Shud Antakaran. Our internal instruments, our mind and intelligence and heart must be pure, free from Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Matsuri. The more they're pure and attached to Krishna, the more easy remembrance will be. Remembrance will come automatically. And Krishna says in Gita, chapter 4, verse 11, Yeta mama prapadyate tan sitaiva bhajami. As you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. So daily practice of Lila Swaran is a form of surrender. Surrender means, what does surrender mean? Doing something you don't want to do. We don't want to chant Java. We surrender and chant Java. We don't want to read Bhagavatam. We surrender and read Bhagavatam. We don't want to fast on Ekadasi. We surrender and fast on Ekadasi. We don't have so much want to do Bhakti Bhajan in the beginning stages. But we surrender and do it anyway because the books tell us it's good for us. Our Guru tells us it's good for us. We have some experience that it is good. But we do surrender and do perform Bhakti Bhajan, we get a taste. Brahmadrisva Nivartate. We get a taste of happiness and satisfaction from chanting Nam Bhajan, chanting Harinam Sankirtan, studying Bhagavatam, doing puja, doing parikramana. All the different limbs of bhakti generate some joy, spiritual joy and spiritual satisfaction. So that gives us inspiration to keep going, to keep surrendering, to keep practicing. Krishna gives his mercy according to how much eagerness and endeavor and perseverance one has in bhajan. Krishna is naturally merciful to devotees, but without being eager to do bhajan, one will not catch or experience or Krishna's mercy. What's the example of this from Vrindavan Leela? Relationship between eagerness and mercy. Damodar Bandhan Leela. Yashoda is very eager to tie up Krishna with robes. She got thousands and thousands of robes, but she couldn't tie up Krishna. Every time she tried to join the ropes, there were 2 fingers too short. What do the 2 fingers represent? Chaste Angali and Kripa Angali. 1 finger of chaste endeavor and 1 finger of Kripa mercy. Krishna's mercy had to come down to meet me with the going up of the endeavor and hard work and seva of Yashoda. So you may try very hard and not get anywhere, because Krishna's holding back the mercy. But we have no other recourse but to keep trying, to keep waiting. Waiting itself is a type of bliss. You're waiting for something good. You're waiting for something beautiful and special and sweet. You can wait. But you know when it comes, it'll be beautiful, special, and sweet, and it'll last forever. And it will increase every moment. Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam. So that's the relationship between eagerness and bhajan and mercy. Now, a very interesting point, which most devotees have no idea about or any understanding of. Quantity of bhajan versus quality of bhajan. It's a very important verse by Vallabhacharya's Subodhini Tika on Bhagavatam. My Gurudev told me I should study Subodhini Tika on Bhagavatam and Gita. I got Gita, but I haven't gotten the Bhagavatam. In the last days of my Pandit Baba's life, he was studying the Subodhini Tika of Vallabhacharya, relishing it. So in the Bhagavatam, the great Acharya Vallabhacharya from the Vallabha Sampradaya, he said, very important verse, Nai sadhana sampatya haritushati karmavat bhaktaram dainyam evaikam haritoshe tosha sadhana. Which means Hari is not pleased by great quantity of bhajan. Quantity means 64, 100, 128 rounds a day, 5 frequencies a day of Govardhan, 3 baths a day of Radha, 10 chapters of Radha every day. Sadhya sampati hari tushati karmavat. But he's pleased. The only thing, Eka Haritosha sadhana. Only one sadhana please gives Haritosha. Eka Haritosha sadhana. What is it? Bhaktaram Dainyam. A Dainya Bhakta. Dainya means humble. Hari is not satisfied with a great quantity of sadhana, because the quantity doesn't count like some fruitive activity. Hari is only pleased by the humility of a devotee. Shinadapi Sunichena Tarayana Krishna Amanina Kirtani Sadhari. Very important slogan from Vallabhacharya. My Gurudev also told me this slogan. I talked to him once about Kartik Vrata. I was going to do this or do that, do this and that. He said, you're a big man. What are you doing all that for? You want next time you want a big ashram? You want to be Ekazarat, Jagat Guru, you want a big ashram, hundreds of settlements, you want to do big Vaishnava Bandaras, you want name and fame, get all this punya file for doing Kartik Vrat. And he quotes verse, Krishna is only pleased by humility. What does Rupa Goswami say? Upadeshamrita. Utsaha Utsa Nishcha Daya. Daya means Daya, humility. It's the only characteristic that one has to get. Nirvana and Sharanagati. Nirvana means, there's two qualities that are required for bhakti. One is called Nirvana and Sharanagati. Nirvana means the feeling I have nothing. Nirvana, Veda means no. I know I have nothing. The feeling, I have nothing. I've been practicing bhakti for 48 years, I have nothing. I have no bhava, I have no ecstatic symptoms, I have nothing. My life is a failure. This is very good for bhakti. Well, the material world, everybody says, oh, big success. How are you? Joe, how are you? Both brought you, first class. Everybody's first class. You ain't no class. You're a failure. You meet businessmen, they say, how are you? First class, both brought you. Feel cool, everything's great. So nirvana is a very important quality for a yogi, for a bhakti yogi. You always feel, I have nothing, Krishna has nothing. Are you going to give me anything? Your whole life going to pass, I'll end up with nothing. And then Sharanagati, surrender. Because these two qualities make you very quickly develop humility. When you measure your assets, measure your abilities, and you realize you have nothing, you have attained nothing, then you're in good shape. You're approaching the doorway of humility. You should just look up this concept of nirvana and Sharanagati. Rupa Goswami describes 6 symptoms of Sharanagati. To feel incapable of doing something, even if you're a professional at that. You're a professional at some talent, but you feel, I can't do it without Krishna's mercy. As every sadhaka shows this quality of nirvana, before he gives class or she gives class, they chant so many prayers. I can't do this. How can I do this? Please help me do this. So this is one point. It's not quantity of bhajan, it's quality of bhajan. There's only one quality that makes one successful in bhakti. There's 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. If you have one, you'll attain perfection in bhakti. Humility. Danya. It's the most difficult thing to acquire in life. Just like in Gita, where Krishna in second chapter, third canto, Kamesha Krodesha, Rajaguna Sura, Vashana Mahapava. Vashana means they eat you up. Ashana means eat. Vashana, these qualities eat you up. It's interesting when Krishna speaks in Sanskrit, Kamesha Krodesha, he speaks in one term. There's not two things. Kam and Krod are brother and sister. Kam is not one thing, and Krod is another thing. If there's Kam, there's Krod. They go together. You can't separate. Because the Sanskrit, I heard Radharani describing this, because he's a Sanskrit pundit. He said Krishna puts the links about together. He doesn't say Kam or Krod. He says Kamesha Krodesha. He mentions it as one entity. But it's called Kam Krod. Kam Krod symptom means everybody has a desire or lust is automatically angry. If you have desire, you're automatically angry. There's no such thing as having calm without anger. But you have desire for a new sari. So you see it on the net. You see your size. And then you send in your order. And you send back in a week later, sorry, cancel. Discontinue the product line. And you get angry. Ah. Common crowd. It's interesting, they're one entity. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, verse 96. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. There's a little sweet prasad if you want to stay for yourself.